We have decided that the loser for next week has to let the other individual make them up however we want. Say I lost, Tim gets to do my hair, he gets to pick out my outfits.
I can write dick face on her forehead if I want. I can write dick face on her forehead if I want.
He can do my makeup.
Hello there, football fans. We are back for week 10. Oh, excuse me.
God damn it!
Hello there, football fans. We are back for week 11 of the National Football League's 2015 season. Rachel, last week was the most phenomenal football week of my entire football watching life.
That's pretty sad.
What do you mean it's sad?
Regular season game.
It wasn't just a game. It's not just the game, Rachel. It's everything that happened. It's the Redskins blowing a team out, which is so rare. It's the Cowboys losing. It's the Eagles losing. It's the Giants losing. It's the Ravens losing. It's the Jeff Fisher-led Rams losing. It's the Seahawks losing. All the teams that I have a problem with and I hate.
The Eagles and the Giants.
What?
Did you say that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Anyway, all the teams I hate lost, and the Redskins actually blew a team out, scored 47 points. It was just phenomenal, and I'm literally have been scared for my life since that game because I feel like something really bad's gonna happen to me since the football gods were gracious enough to bless me with that day.
I don't have much to say with the Cowboys game. It's been the same exact thing the last 7 weeks, so can't win without Romo.
You get him back this week?
Yep. If we still lose, then it's really gonna suck.
Tony's back.
Well, if you probably can't tell, I lost last week really bad. I think I only got 5 games right.
Feels so good.
So enjoy this for the whole video.
Dick face, hashtag hail to the Redskins, slut for life.
Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Both the Titans. Both these teams have a chance to go and win their division if they really want to. But I think the Titans
up
just
for
have.
anybody.
The Titans and Jaguars actually both have a lot of talent.
Yeah, this is one of those games where I feel like I'm not going to pick the Jaguars. I don't trust them. It takes a lot for me to pick them. I really have to believe in them, and this is in the week. I feel like Marcus Mariota's obviously been playing pretty well when he's been healthy, and I think they'll get the win in Jacksonville this week.
Washington Redskins, Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I'm picking the Panthers because I think they'll stay undefeated at home against the Redskins.
This is funny that this game would pop up right now because I remember last week I said something about I'm going to keep on picking against the Panthers no matter what. I also said I'm going to continue to pick the Redskins for the rest of the year. So obviously the Redskins have to be my pick this year or this week. I'm not very confident about it, but at the same time, the Panthers, man, they're not going to go undefeated. And I still don't. Obviously, they're a good team. They have a lot of good things about them, but I'm not sold on them being an elite team right now.
St. Louis Rams, Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams because kind of based off what you said about the Ravens, it kind of seems like they're not going to win a game for the rest of the season or something along those lines. So I'm going to go with the Rams because the Ravens can't fucking win at home apparently. Thanks for last week.
Yeah, the Rams, they surprised me last week, losing at home like that to the Chicago Bears. The Bears are playing pretty well right now. We got to start giving them some respect. The Ravens are they're just not good this year. Simple as that. They're just not good. They lost Steve Smith. That was a huge loss for them. I just can't pick. It's very difficult to pick the Ravens at this point, and I believe the Rams get back on track.
Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins.
I think we'll win our first game with Romo back. Simple as that. He's been the missing piece.
Yeah, I think if anything, this huge losing streak by you guys the last 7 games tells anybody anything is that Romo is incredibly valuable to you guys' team, and he's a very good quarterback. I mean, it's as simple as that. He's a very good quarterback. At the same time, looking at the Cowboys' schedule, I don't think they're going to win out. I don't think they're going to win a division. At the same time, with Romo coming back, they're going to be a much better team. And they're playing the Dolphins this week. So the Dolphins are nothing to be scared of. I think the Cowboys get their 3rd win of the season.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles because I've seen what Mark Sanchez could do against the Cowboys. And
you seen what Mark Sanchez can do? The guy sucks. What are you talking about?
he fucking beat the Cowboys.
Well, you guys, your defense was terrible last year. I mean,
I don't know.
Mark Sanchez isn't shit.
You picked the Eagles.
Yeah, I picked the Eagles. He's not shit, but
I'm not gonna go with the Bucks on the road. They barely scored. They scored, let's just say, 3 points against the Cowboys till the very end at home.
I mean, it's not an easy game for me to pick. I don't want to make it seem like I think the Eagles are going to win this easily. It's a tough pick. The Eagles are at home, and once again, like I've always said throughout the season, when you have close games where you really don't know who you're going to pick, sometimes you just got to go with the team at home. I thought about what the Buccaneers did against you guys last week, only scoring 3 points for pretty much the entire game.
Exactly.
And Buccaneers aren't nothing. Fuck.
Denver Broncos, Chicago Bears.
I'm glad this one's in Chicago. I think the Bears play pretty well against the Broncos defense.
Excuse me.
I think they'll play well against the Broncos defense. It's just in Denver. I'd probably pick the Broncos. Peyton is benched, and they got this other guy in, and I know nothing about him, so I'm just gonna go with the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that in Chicago it would be a pretty cold game during that day. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I figured it would be. Young quarterback, his first career start, trying to replace, Peyton Manning, if you will. I feel like he's going to be put into a tough situation, and I feel like if he did come out with this win, it would be very impressive, but I don't see that happening. The Bears are obviously playing pretty damn well right now. They're on a roll. Jay Cutler's on a roll. I think probably it will come back down to earth at some point, but I think they'll get this win at home.
Oakland Raiders, Detroit Lions.
Lions just aren't a good team. I think we've probably said this a million times throughout the season, and the Raiders have a little bit more something special going on.
Lions had a big win in Green Bay last week, and the Raiders got their ass kicked. So,
You picked the Raiders.
I know I picked the Raiders, but I'm just, you gotta play devil's advocate sometimes.
True, I actually was sitting here trying to remember the last time I watched the Lions play, and I already forgot.
I notice I do this a lot when I'm talking. Like, I watch our videos back, and
You're a fish.
I just constantly do this. I don't know why.
You're a fucking retard.
Yeah, I just kind of envision this game in my head real quick, and I just see, obviously you would assume this would be a high scoring game in a dome in Detroit. The Raiders, Derek Carr has had a pretty good season, been somewhat explosive. The Lions, that's pretty much the only thing. Did you say you're tired in the middle of me talking?
I'm sorry.
You're just killing me.
It wasn't even loud.
I'm in the middle
Jesus.
I'm just saying, it's just ridiculous. I just imagine this. I feel like the Raiders had a bad week last week. They're in the dome. I feel like that suits the type of team that they have, to be honest. And I think they'll beat the Lions. But yeah, the Lions' victory last week in Green Bay was crazy surprising.
Indianapolis Colts, Atlanta Falcons.
Yes, I figured you were going to pick the Falcons. So this is one of those games where I want to go against Rachel. And I want to pick the Colts because I feel like, once again, this is another game that's going to be in a dome. The Colts obviously played in a dome in Indianapolis. And they're two very similar teams. Their defense is not their strength. They're looked as, they got two very good quarterbacks in Andrew Luck and Matt Ryan. At the same time,
not playing.
He's not playing?
He worked for his spleen, remember?
I don't
Or not spleen, kidney.
I had no idea about that.
Come on, that's not fair. I could have just not told you.
Got to change my pick if Andrew Luck's not playing. Matt Hasselbeck, I assume, would take the snaps, and he's been playing well, but it's just tough to see the Colts without Andrew Luck to go in and pull off an upset like that on the road. It's just tough to see.
Yeah.
So, gonna have to go with the Falcons.
Falcons are coming off their bye, so I think that they'll be a little bit more recuperated than before.
New York Jets, Houston Texans.
I'm not gonna pick the Texans. They got lucky beating Cincinnati because that's what happens when teams go undefeated and they overlook.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's the Bengals are the Bengals, man. That's why I said last week when they were playing on Thursday night against the Browns, that's why I picked the Browns, because I just didn't have trust in them. Apparently, I was a week too late, or a week too early, excuse me.
Well, I'm gonna pick the Jets because they're just a better team.
The Jets have a very good defense. I don't see the Texans being able to do anything offensively against that Jets defense.
Kansas City Chiefs, San Diego Chargers.
Dude, are we gonna pick one game different this whole week?
Well, I picked the Redskins, you picked the Panthers. I think that's the only one that we've got different.
I'm picking the Chargers because they just had a bye week as well. And in my mind, teams that were struggling for the bye week are gonna miraculously come out better afterwards. Not always the case, but in San Diego, divisional game, the Chargers have had some close ones. I think they can win.
Me personally, I just feel like the Chargers are going to get to that point where they start putting together some good games. I feel like the Chargers do this sometimes. Sometimes they start out good and bad. Sometimes they start out bad and good. I can't see them being a 4-12, 5-11, 6-10 team with Phillip Rivers at their quarterback. I just can't see it. It's too crazy. They're such a stupid team. It pisses me off so much. The Chargers, so weird. So I just feel like they're gonna start winning, and this is where it starts.
San Francisco 49ers. Seattle Seahawks.
It's hard not to pick the Seahawks at home, even though they're not as good of a team this year, but I don't have much of a reason to pick the 49ers.
No, you have absolutely no reason to pick the 49ers in Seattle. Absolutely no reason whatsoever. I'm going with Seattle by default. Obviously, like she said, they're not that great of a team this year. They've definitely taken a few steps back, giving up 39 points last week in Seattle is crazy. They're taking a few steps back. At the same time, they're playing the 49ers this week. They're not going to lose.
Green Bay Packers. Minnesota Vikings.
I'm going with the Vikings at home. They're probably drooling of thirst for Packer blood. They've been watching teams beat them the last couple weeks, and I would assume they're going to try to use that same recipe. You know, be 8-2, be on top of the division. Go Vikings.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is obviously if I want to completely just go by the numbers and go by logical shit, which you can't always do in the NFL if you want to pick games, right? You can't do that. So I'm just going with the gut feeling here. I once again, just kind of like the Panthers, I just don't believe in the Vikings. Maybe they keep on winning. I keep on picking against them. They keep on winning every week. But I mean, I'm just gonna continue what I've been doing. Pick against the Vikings. The Packers got to get back on track. Man, 4 straight losses. I might have overrated the Packers going into the season after they started out 6-0. Shit, man, the Packers are not the type of team that usually loses 4 straight games, and I knew she would probably pick the Vikings because that's a safe pick, and that's what Rachel does all the time. So I'm gonna call it a safe pick. It is a safe pick.
It's not much of a safe pick between these two teams.
No, it's a safe pick. At home, the Vikings are on a winning streak. The Packers are on a losing streak. I knew you would pick the Vikings. I would have bet my balls on it.
Cincinnati Bengals. And I know this isn't a good Disney Arizona Cardinals logo, but the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Oh, wow.
Oh, did you bet your balls on that one?
No,
Goodbye, testicles.
I didn't bet my balls on that one, you stupid bitch. You fucking ugly bitch. Fucking unibrow having dick face bitch.
The Bengals, poor little pissed off Andy Nerdy Dalton, little ginger boy, press conference upset about JJ Watt. I don't know, and AJ Green also I just think they're gonna be really upset, and they have the talent to have a good game. So Bengals.
I was stricken with joy when I saw Bengals on your little paper there because
stricken with joy.
Because the Cardinals at home, you really think they're gonna lose to the Bengals. Once again, I don't really believe in the Bengals that much. This is a Sunday night game. Bengals Sunday night game. This is a Sunday night game.
Well, I'm taking a risk.
The Bengals have a Monday night game. They lose to the lowly Texans. They have a Sunday night game against Arizona. There's just no way. This is my lock of the week. I put my reputation of knowing anything about football on this game.
No, shut the fuck up.
Buffalo Bills. New England Patriots.
Patriots at home. They pulled off a last second win last week. I was a little scared, not gonna lie, but I think divisional game might be a good game. In New England, I'm not gonna pick against them.
That's what it boils down to, man. There's nothing else much to say. I'm not going to pick against the Patriots when they're playing at home. They just win too much there under Belichick and with Brady. It just wouldn't make any sense to pick against them. So, sorry, Bills.
All right, guys. For next week's loser, we're having some trouble. Obviously, for me, this is as bad as it gets. But we need suggestions from you guys in the comments. We want good suggestions and a lot. Give us multiple ideas. Are we done?
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
No, we're not gonna do an outro. You were Stop! Did you get? Oh man.